This is the lost coast of California, home to rugged beaches, wild coastline, the tallest living organisms on planet Earth, and best of all, not so many people.
My heart is like, just feels good.
I'm Kristen. I was born and raised in California, and I love this area so much that I've been back 8 times.
Ah, everything here is so beautiful.
And today I'm showing you why. I'm lucky that one of my best friends now lives here.
These two, they have been friends for longer than we have, but challenge accepted.
And is the perfect partner in crime for a weekend on the lost coast of the Golden State.
Welcome to Humboldt.
Our adventure begins in Redwood National Park, where we are hunting for the tallest and biggest trees we can find.
I'm standing next to my first redwood tree of the trip. Here in a parking lot, but it's still something. Which one are we doing? The Prairie Creek Trail big tree at the bottom. I like it.
The coastal redwood is a sight to behold.
How many nail hugs around is this tree? This is a big guy. Oh my gosh. We're not done. We're not done. Wow. Wow, this feels so nice.
It's almost impossible to convey the immediate joy I feel upon seeing them. It's like my brain has been tripped to release endorphins, and I can understand why the natives revere them so.
This is truly crazy. Oh my goodness! How freaking tall is this? So I was near redwoods in Mendocino, but they were not this size. This is probably like 2 or 3 trees that have grown together. Oh, okay. And they've probably been there for close to 1,000 years. Wow. That's amazing. So thank you to whoever had the foresight to be like, hang on, let's not chop all of them down. Yeah.
The Eureka local tribe used redwood to build with and performed ceremonies when harvesting redwoods or carving a canoe. But in time, that respect and admiration was replaced with profits from outsiders. The redwood trees became the backbone of the logging industry up here and were cleared away at an alarming rate.
Well, you were saying there were hundreds of, is it women in particular who protested? Well, people in general that, like chain themselves to trees. Julia Butterfly is like the really famous one who stayed up in the treetops for like years. Wow. Years. She stayed up there to protect it from being cut down. Thank you, Julia.
These days, the Save the Redwoods League works hard to keep these trees protected. And when you see them for yourself, I'm sure you'll feel the reason why down to your core.
This tree has just, I don't know how many it was to begin with, but now it's like one amalgamation. It's a fairy ring. Oh, it's a fairy ring? I think they're sometimes called that when they grow in like a ring together. Like oh, there's a proper name, a fairy ring. Hang. This is something. And all these like roots and these trees growing from it. You look great. Labia majora. Labia minor? I don't know. Menorah? Sure. Yeah, that tree definitely has an amazing vagina. I can see its cervix. Oh yeah? It's crowning. This is the one they call Big Tree. I agree with you. We passed some that seem bigger than this, but I don't know. I don't know if any more quite this wide. I wish we could hug it to be sure. This is sorrel. This clover-looking stuff, and I can eat this. It does taste just like a Granny Smith apple.
Searching out trees can be an appetite-whetting experience, so we headed north to Crescent City for some of the best food in the area.
This is my club croissant with sweet potato fries, which they do not charge extra for serving me, which
Nice.
I'm very happy about.
I got a pastrami sandwich without the bread.
Or the cheese.
Or the cheese, so it doesn't look as exciting, but I got a nice salad with it too.
But I'll tell you what, those are good things.
I bet.
From Crescent City, if you head a bit inland, you'll come across the Smith River. and it's hard to imagine you've ever seen clearer water than this. If you have, do let me know. So clear. That's amazing. Our next morning began with a visit to Trinidad, home of the most beautiful and impressive beaches in Humboldt County.
Hey, bud. This is exciting.
Keep an eye on my dogs, will you?
Oh, sure. Found one. Oh, found two. This is so pretty. We're gonna watch Nell's boyfriend harvest some mussels. He has a fishing license, which you can get at like Ace Hardware, but I don't have one, so I'm just gonna watch. We're gonna forage our dinner. Fuck yeah. Ah, everything here is so beautiful.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore.
How do you know if it's a good one?
I just try to, like, if they're going to be pulling off, they're going to be all closed up. So it'll be sealed basically all the way around. And then when we get home, when I put in water before we cook them, when they're in the seawater, they'll all open up. And then you'll tap them on a rock or something. And that'll let you know if they're good.
Awesome. The scale makes sure that they're heavy enough, that they're the right weight to be taking and eating.
Pull out, because you don't call them mussels for nothing. That's what she said.
Oh. Now he's foraging kelp for like a miso side. Okay, Josh just said there's no such thing as poisonous kelp, so all of it is edible. Some of it just tastes better than others. He's an environmental scientist, so I trust what he says. Time to go to the farmer's market. This is how we're getting those buns of steel. And the sand walking. Also good for the buns.
If you're visiting on a weekend, the farmer's market in Arcata is so lovely. You'll see plenty of plants and locally produced food. I especially loved the succulents.
Nell is after some cucumbers.
I think I'm gonna go for this one.
That looks like a hardy little kooky. That looks like a winner. That was a legit farmer's market.
Yep.
It was adorable. So now where are we going? Phoenix?
We're going to Cafe Phoenix. It's a farm to fork restaurant.
This looks like a bowl of good food, yeah. That also looks pretty good.
Falafel special.
Veggies, beans, pickled onions, and kale.
I wanted to see the Redwoods one more time, so we stopped by the city park in Eureka, another great spot to enjoy the trees that's closer to town. They're not out in the wilderness, but don't discount this one. There's still old growth and incredibly tall trees to walk amongst.
But I like immediately feels good when you walk in here.
It's amazing how quiet it is too. Like there's traffic roads nearby, but it's just like the forest absorbs the sound.
Look how magical that is. How look what we just walked by. You can walk among them. That's so cool. How do you know when you found the tallest tree? They believe there are several that are over 300 feet tall. That's like skyscraper. That's like Manhattan skyscraper. That's 30 stories of a building just in the height of a tree. I feel like we could be looking at one right now.
This guy.
He's a contender. Another potential contender. Hurts my neck. In terms of width, they can get to be like 20 feet around in diameter, but a sequoia, which is also a redwood, right, can get up to 100. So cars can drive through these. Yes, in diameter. You can drive through them, and then they can be up over 2,000 years old. Almost nothing we experience or live in today looks anything like it did 2,000 years ago. So these guys have really survived. We need a few more things for our big feast tonight. We're getting halibut, clams, and I personally need a dozen oysters. Oh yeah. I'm really curious about this. Our foraged. You're making miso soup? How's it going now?
I thought I had it. It's still sticking somewhere.
Shucking oysters is not easy.
I got one. Oh, good for you.
I need to expand my hunting horizons.
Yeah.
Nice.
Freshly shucked.
Nice. Tastes even better since I earned it.
On the final morning of my weekend, we got super lucky and the sun finally came out. So we headed to Trinidad Head and it was stunning.
What is this? It's so pretty. Oh, hi friends. Yeah, there are lots of bees.
It's a nice, somewhat steep walk through tree tunnels up to a beautiful viewpoint where you might just get lucky and see some whales.
Yeah, we just saw a whale, casual whale out here. Super cool for my last morning here.
I'm continually reminded, spending time with these beautiful giants, that we are such a small blip in the history of the world. A grain of sand, a blink of an eye. One of my lifetimes barely even touches the lifespan of the coastal redwood, and I sure hope they continue to outlast me. And I also hope that I remember to spend every day loving and appreciating the brief time that I get to have here, living in harmony with my environment. And I hope I never forget to appreciate the little stuff. And of course, the big, giant, tall stuff.